Hi. Today's video, Lauren Dangle. You say. The lyrics in this pretty much describe what a lot of us go through. Is that we end up tearing ourselves apart, thinking that we're not enough. We're not enough for anything or anyone. And it's really hard to find any kind of inspiration to try and, just make something out of our lives, to try and do something different, especially if you get shot down left and right. Now, for me, I messed up my life a lot. And it's my own fault on a lot of things because I couldn't tell whether God wanted me to do something or my ego wanted me to do something, or something got really hard and I gave up instead of knowing it was the right thing to do and kept trying. That's a human condition, and most of us do it. But if you were the type of person decided to risk your life as, any type of responder, whether it's fire, police, military, National Guard, whatever, if you decided to risk your life to help others, why are you messing up when you need help? Think about it. The people that you saved, a lot of them ended up with PTSD from what you saved them from. Add up all the lives that you saved, all the times that you responded to an emergency, and you were there. That all adds up on you, too. So if you think that, asking for help is something that you shouldn't have to do, it's time you started actually thinking. Because if the people you helped didn't ask for help, you wouldn't have had a job. You wouldn't have had all that weight on your shoulders. And if you didn't know it was the right thing to do, you wouldn't have done it. Now, all this is leading me to when I worked for a church, the youth pastor, who was a dear friend of mine, she was explaining how she wrote a sermon, and she really didn't know what the heck was going on with this sermon because they prepare sermons about a month ahead of when they deliver it. And she's writing it, and everything was fine, and all of a sudden, it went off in a totally different direction. And as hard as she tried, it stayed in that direction. So she finished doing it, and she read it, and it didn't make much sense to her, but she had this really strong feeling of peace when she was done with it. So she decided to set it aside and deliver it as she was supposed to. And that Sunday came. She delivered the sermon with a lot of passion. And some of the parishioners told her they really didn't get it. But then an elderly woman walked over to her, a woman she had never seen before. And the woman hugged her. And she thanked her. And she said that was exactly what I needed to hear. That tells you something right there. Is it just because something is the right thing to do doesn't mean it's going to be the easy thing to do. Sometimes it's hard to do. But you ask for help. Now, I don't know if you believe, in God and Jesus and your soul, but chances are someone believes for you and they're praying for you. But if you know anything about Jesus, you know about the miracles that he did and what he came to preach. And it's all obvious. But did you know there's something you probably forgot? As the Son of God, he had no problem asking for help when he needed it. That's how he ended up getting all of his disciples. That's how he ended up getting strength to do everything he did, knowing what he was going to face. And God delivered it. So, no, if he was not above asking for help, then you shouldn't be above asking for help either. There was a price to pay for what he did, and he was willing to pay it. There's a price to pay for what you did, and you were willing to pay it. Now you should be willing to heal it. Enjoy the video, and remember, it's your life. Get in and drive it. See you next time.